I'm Kevin O'Hara for Alcohol Mastery, and this is Stop Drinking Alcohol week 45. 45 weeks into it, and to be perfectly honest, it might as well be 145 or 545. I just feel great without alcohol, and it's a part of my alcohol past. It's a part of my past. It's never going to be taken into account ever again in my future. The only thing is doing the videos or trying to learn more to try and help other people, but apart from that, it's history. My sister's just had another child a few months ago, and she's still breastfeeding the child, and it sort of came across me that it was a good analogy of having something in your life and then all of a sudden it's gone. My mother breastfed 9 kids, big Irish family, and I presume I was breastfed until whatever age, a year and a half, whatever, 2, I don't know, can't remember. But I'm also sure that once I got past a certain level, I think in my case, my younger brother Mark being born, it was no longer my right to have the breast. It was now my brother's turn. So, and I'm sure that I had withdrawal symptoms, like crying and screaming instead of wanting the bottle. But I got over it, and I didn't die. I became a boy, and then I became a man, and that was it. I moved on. And it's exactly the same thing with drink. It's just all a state of mind. It's all this addicted personality stuff that you can't get over it. There's the psychological and the physical symptoms, and it's basically the same thing. There's only really one place to go, and that's forwards. It's onwards and upwards. That's the only place you can really go. That's why I love going out on these walks. I think it's just every step I take is a step into my future. It's a step away from the alcohol, and not only in like a metaphorical way. In every step I take forward is getting rid of the Guinness belly. Like I said, it's it's just that's the last vestige now of my past, and I'm determined to exercise it off my body. I'm doing a video during the week on everything is connected to everyone else, and as normal, I just want to use this video as an opportunity to talk about my experience and how it's affected me. And alcohol really did affect me in every aspect of my life. I can't think of any aspect in my waking or sleeping moments when it didn't affect me. My health was suffering really badly. I had the outward symptoms. I could feel damage to my liver. I could feel the pain, so I presumed that the pain was a reflection of the damage that was happening on the inside. As I said, I've put on so much weight. I put on 40, 50, 60 pounds, 60 pounds at least in excess body fat because I was drinking. And a lot of that body fat is your body's way of trapping the toxins. If it can't get rid of it, it's got to keep them out of, keep them away from doing damage to the rest of your body. So the way it does that is it traps it into fat cells, and once the toxin is trapped in there, it can't do, it can't affect the rest of your body. It's not just your physical world that suffers. It's not just your body. It's everything around you. My work suffered. There'd be days when I just wouldn't go to work because I'd be so pissed the night before that I either couldn't drive, or I'd be so hungover the day after, or possibly the day after that. I'd just be making bad choices all over the place, which affected my work, my relationships, my relationships with my family, with my son, with my mates. The bad choices that I made are all a direct result of impaired thinking. And the impaired thinking is because you can't stop thinking about drinking, so that taints everything else, and B, just having that toxin in your system, you're floating around in your system 24/7. How are you supposed to think through that blanket that covers everything, covers all your decisions? And in that way, alcohol also affects your future. It spoils your future, really. When I've talked in a previous video about just trying to change my life and move to Spain and change my job, and even talking about that kind of stuff, I just made so many bad choices, all because I wasn't thinking straight, because I wasn't giving it my full attention. So the move to Spain would probably have happened a lot sooner if I hadn't have been drinking. But it's any plan that you make. I mean, you can't make long-term plans, because you can't put your short-term plans into action without them being disrupted by your drinking. So, if you can't even do the short-term stuff, how are you supposed to implement any long-term plans in your life? And, if you want to get anywhere in life, you've got a plan. You can't get anywhere without thinking rationally about it, without being able to sit down and work out the steps that you're going to take to make your plan come into fruition, and without having the confidence that you can wake up every day and do a bit more work towards putting those steps into action. And now I do that every single day. I wake up and I know what I'm going to do, and I do it. There's days when I feel tired or listless, or there's days when you just feel ill and you just don't want to do it, and there's days when stuff comes up and you just can't help it. But they're few and far between. They don't happen because I've been poisoning myself anymore. It's just the normal day-to-day stuff. So, but like I say, the present is when you can do something now. That's the only time you can do anything. And the coulda, shoulda, woulda mentality of looking back into your past and blaming yourself, or saying, well, this might have worked out if, makes no difference. You can't change that. What you can do is what you do now, right at this moment. So I hope you got something out of that. That was Stop Drinking Alcohol Week 45. If you have any comments at all, go over to the website. It's alcoholmastery.com. My name's Kevin O'Hara for Alcohol Mastery. Onwards and upwards.